Hello. Today we're going to be talking about the slope formula, which is related to the direction that linear equations point on a coordinate plane. So on our GMass formula sheet, it is in the top left corner. We see it as m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So I'm going to rewrite that over here because we're going to work some problems with that. So that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's fix this y up here. Okay, so sometimes we also talk about the slope as the rise over the run, which is also the difference in the x's divided by, sorry, messed that up here. The difference in the y's divided by the difference in the x values. Now, what x values? What two x values? Well, if we see on the formula over here that we have two y's and two x's. So this is how we find the slope between 2 points. So for example, if we have the points 2, 3 and the points -2, 7, well, we'll just call one of these points point number 1, and we'll call another point number 2. Doesn't matter which one we assign point 1 and 2, we will still get the same answer. So from our point 1, let's remember that when we have points, we represent them with coordinates that have the x value followed by the y value. So we come back over here. This value right here, this 2, is our x1, and this 3 here is our y1. The 1 just represents which point we called it. This one over here, we're going to take this 2 as -2, and that's going to be our x2. And our 7 here will be our y2. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back up to this up here, and we're just going to rewrite this, but instead of writing the y2, y1, x2, x1, we're going to write the values from our 2 points. So first thing we have to write is y2, so we come over to our second point, look at the y value, and that is 7. And we have a subtraction sign in between it. Remember, the difference in the y's, difference in math means subtraction. So our y1, we go to our first point, look at the y value, and we have this 3 that's over here. Now, the difference in the x's, we go to the x2, it's our second point, and we have -2. And we subtract the x from the first point here, which is just 2. Alright, so we have 7 minus 3, which gives us 4, and -2 minus 2 gives us -4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, but we have a negative here, so our slope is going to be -1. And we put a box around our answer so we know we're done. Okay, so let's go ahead over here to the coordinate plane, and let's look at what this looks like. So we had a point at 2, 3. So we're going to go over to 1, 2, 2 in the x, and then 3 in the y, and we're going to put a dot right there. And then we have -2, 7. So we're going to move over here, go -2 on the x, and then we're going to go up to 7 up here. So then, as I've talked about before, a line is defined by 2 points. We start at one point, go to the next. There is our line. Now, if we go back and we want to look at our slope, we have a -1 over here. So that -1 should tell us that if we read this graph from left to right, we will see that the line is going down because it's a negative slope. It's a downward slope. And we can also go backwards and use this rise over run definition here to understand what the line is doing. So a rise over run means it's going of -1 means it's going to rise -1 every time it moves over 1 on the graph. So if we start at this first point, it's going to rise -1, so it's not going to go up. It's going to go down here, down 1, and then over 1. And then we're at this point. If we follow that pattern, down 1 and over 1, we'll get to the next point. So this is why if we have any 2 points and we find the slope on them, we now have the relationship between all of the points on this line. And this will continue forever in both directions.